Well, here's a big question. Can Karen Read's text messages to her lawyers be used against her at her retrial? That question goes before a judge tomorrow. WBZ's Kristina spoke with our legal analyst today to show us why the request is so unusual and what it tells us about the case, even if that request is denied.
It's so rare that something like this would ever be requested.
Prosecutors want access to messages between Karen Read and her lawyer, David Yannetti, from the days following John O'Keefe's death.
Most of us who are, whether you're in the legal world or not, believe that the sanctity of attorney-client privilege should remain that way.
But prosecutors claim that privilege is gone, writing in their motion, quote, "The communications are no longer privileged nor confidential because the defendant chose to widely and publicly disseminate them."
David Yannetti is the first and only call I made.
This clip is from a documentary released last week, and prosecutors say Karen Read's own statements should get them access to her texts, specifically this line.
And then when I hired David Yannetti, I asked him those questions the night of January 29th. Like, David, what if, I don't know, what if I ran his foot over? Or what if I clipped him in the knee and he passed out or went to care for himself and he threw up or passed out? And David said, yeah, then you have some element of culpability.
WBZ legal analyst Catherine Loftus doesn't believe the motion will be granted, but says it sheds light on prosecutors' strategy for trial number 2.
I think it shows us that he's going to use everything she says against her, which is the reason that you're advised, when you're arrested, that anything you say can and will be used against you. And I think a lot of people often think that means just in whether it's a police interrogation or whether it's relative to law enforcement. It's not. It's whether you say it to your neighbor, whether you say it to a reporter.
There is a hearing here at the courthouse at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, and there's still a lot of pretrial work to be done. But this is scheduled to be the last hearing before jury selection starts next week on April 1st. However, that could take a long time, and opening statements could be a ways away. WBZ has learned the state has called over 1,000 people for jury duty, and the judge has hinted that it could be difficult and could take weeks to find an impartial jury in this case because of all the publicity. In Dedham, Kristina, WBZ News.